Hey, what's up, guys? That was the title theme from Faster Than Light. Um, I played HOM 3. Nope. Nope. Nothing much about me. Just chilling. Still have a little bit of a cough and a headache from being sick, so taking it easy. Check out Songs of Conquest here. You finally got rid of a broken treadmill? Oh, people were just trying to buy it and assuming it was like good, I'm guessing. Let's see. English, auto hide, damage vignette. Oh, very nice. Wielder movement range. Zoom camera in menus. Oh, it was free. Oh. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Yes. AI frame rate budget. There's no explanation of what those things are. Okay. Yep. Controls. Okay. It got really loud. Oh, it's still really loud. There we go. How's that? All right. Cecelia Stoutheart, the young baroness of the Baronry of Stoutheart, must face enemies within and without to hold on to her power and protect her people. Stoutheart will stand. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out the campaign to learn first. You know what? I lowered the audio for you guys, but not for me. Give me a second. There we go. In the year 53 AA, young Cecelia Stoutheart rose to Baroness after the untimely death of her father. When ore shipments from Barkspur's rich mines go missing, and rumors of bandits are brought to the new ruler, Cecelia leads a small force to investigate the missing resources and restore lawfulness to the Baronry. Alright, let's see. Eastfell, Windhaven, North Brim, Arleon. I'm guessing I don't need to know this map super well or I will learn it, but... Yeah, it kind of stinks that you're just trying to get something to be, like, recycled and used instead of just, like, thrown in the trash and people are, like, dumb about it, but... Whilst having the mouse cursor over one of your wielder's troops, press 1 through 9 to split the number of troops. Oh, that's kind of cool. Cecelia Stoutheart, the new baroness of the Baronry of Stoutheart, was on her way to the quarries of Flint Hills. All shipments of stone from the region had stopped, and she was determined to find out why. She suspected an uprising of bandits and peasants and had already sent troops to the region to restore order. Movement, building settlements, fighting other heroes, and the final map is a nice match. Alright, cool. Travel to Flint Hills. Tutorial movement. Click the right mouse button to set a destination for your wielder. Right-click the same destination again to confirm and move. As wielder, you also interact with locations using the right mouse button. Left mouse button is used for selecting and inspecting. The movement indicator shows how many movement points your wielder has left. This is refreshed each new turn. When your wielders have no more movement, you might want to end your turn. If you have nothing left to build or research, press the end turn button in the bottom right corner. Got it. Okay, so I guess we went ahead. I immediately, of course, left-clicked instead of right-clicked. All right. What is this? Dead Commander, Source of Riches. The dead commander wore Stoutheart colors and the distinctive sign of the Corvus Reserves. Stolen ore was one thing, but an uprising against Stoutheart troops was more serious. You can. I can try and help. My background is in like studio audio, not streaming. But you know, if I do know the answer, I'll help. I kind of just set it to where I think it sounds good, to be honest. I mean, with the way my stuff is set up, it's going through like my hardware, which is like has some processing in it. So I don't really set it to any standard. I kind of just set it to where I think it sounds all right. In fact, the mix that I hear is completely different than the mix you guys hear, so I don't really stick to any hard rules. Probably would be good to, but and now the game's really quiet, so there we go. If I was doing something in post, maybe I'd pay more attention to something like that, but since it's live, you could spend, in my opinion, you can spend hours tweaking with things, and it's never going to be perfect, you know? If this was something in post, I would definitely put some more compression, maybe some side chaining on it to keep my voice above everything else. But as it stands, I just have a little bit of side chain compression on everything to make sure my voice kind of stays above. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm mostly using my eyes just to look at the meters because, like I said, my mix is completely separate than you guys. Like, I can go in and mute everything for me, and you guys can still hear it, or vice versa. Ah, thank you, Frago. Dead Commander, an old artifact found on the body. It could prove useful in the time to come, or sold for gold. Dagger. Gold. I have to choose one? Oh, I see. I could keep it, or I can immediately sell it. Is that what it's saying? You doing it right, Frago? I need some Blender. Oh boy, I have looked at Blender like 4 times, and every time I'm just like, no thanks, not today. Your wielder has gained a new artifact. You can review your inventory and equipment in the Wielder Sheet next to your wielder portrait. I'm guessing that's somewhere up here. An artifact will be auto-equipped if the wielder has an empty equipment slot the right type. Okay. My Wielder Sheet, there we go. The Wielder Sheet gives you an overview of your wielder. It is where you can check your skills, powers, inventory, and equipment modifiers. You doing low poly stuff? Okay. Skills are abilities that you gain as you level up. They give powerful enhancements and can range from gaining gold each turn to increased offense or more essence. Powers are awarded to a wielder once they reach level 8, and every 8th level after that, 16, 24, so on. The wielder will gain a new power or an option to upgrade a current power. Powers are similar to skills, but more powerful. Okay. The wielder can have 2 different powers at a max of level 2. Artifacts are equipable gear that you will find on the adventure map. You can also gain them as spoils of war after battle against a powerful enemy wielder. Drag and drop the artifacts from your inventory to the appropriate equipment slot to gain the magical or special bonuses. Right-click an artifact in the inventory to auto-equip it and replace any item already in that slot. Wielder attributes. While leading their troops into battle, the wielder will pass on values of offense and defense directly to their troops. For offense, it's divided into melee offerings and melee offense and ranged offense, when relevant for a specific troop. Movement and view radius are only for the wielder to use in the adventure map, will not directly help the troops in battle. Movement indicates how far the wielder can travel and also how much they can get done in a single turn on the adventure map. View radius is the value that indicates how much the adventure map is visible to the wielder. It's more of a joke, dude. I don't have a Patreon. I am not about that kind of, you know. I make stuff to make stuff, not to make money, I guess. The wielder can collect a lot of modifiers. In fact, to be honest, I don't think many people even click on it. You might be one of the first people, recently at least, to click on it. The wielder can collect a lot of modifiers and bonuses from skills, artifacts, or special locations on the adventure map. Some modifiers affect only the wielder on the adventure map. Some are temporary, and some last only a few rounds, but most help your troops in battle. The Modifiers menu provides a summary of all those modifiers presented in 3 different tabs: troop modifiers, temporary modifiers, and equipment modifiers. I am from the USA, yes. Equipment modifiers is a summary of all the modifiers from your currently equipped artifacts. Temporary modifiers shows a summary of all the current temporary modifiers in effect, usually from a map location that gives your wielder a temporary bonus. Troop modifiers shows a summary of all your modifiers and wielder attributes that will directly pass onto your troops. Alright, so we got the dagger. To cut a slice of bread, a strip of meat, or the throat of an opponent, +1 offense. Okay. So I have command and guard as skills. I have a +1 to my base. Okay. Interesting. And that would be my turn, right? Yeah. Game save. Oh, we just stole the caravan for gold. Some wounded soldiers appeared from the forest and snapped to attention. This was Cecelia Corvus Reserves. This was Cecilia's Corvus Reserves, and they had clearly seen combat recently. The Corvus Reserves. Hail, Baroness. The Corvus Reserves await your command. It would be nice to be able to use the spacebar to advance through this. Lieutenant, you've seen some combat. What is the situation and status of the mines? Our scouts detected hostiles, my lady. The gold mine to the south has been seized by rebels. We also encountered an unexpectedly well-armed force at Flint Hills to the west. We took heavy casualties and were forced to retreat. How well armed? These aren't peasants with tools and knives. They have crossbows and swords, and bannerless knights ride with them. This is no peasant uprising. Someone thinks me weak and sees to take advantage of my father's death to steal more than a few shipments of ore. We must uphold the laws and show them the error of their ways. Gather the troops. We march for Flint Hills. Troops want to join. Decide what troops you want to move. Your wielder. Move to your wielder. Rangers. Footmen. Oh, up to here, I see. Retake back the gold mine. Optional, alright. This old milestone shows the way. +2 movement for 1 turn. Old camp. Soldiers are camped here. Their camp can be pillaged for gold, or the soldiers can be recruited when they return. Recruit. Waterfall. Resting for a while by this waterfall invigorates the troops. Stand down. This mine belongs to the baronry of Stoutheart. It belongs to Stoutheart. Oh my god. It belongs to me. We will do no such thing. It would be wise to go back to your castle and prepare for a storm. There's one coming, I gather. The only storm gathering here is me. Prepare yourselves. Troop deployment. On the deployment screen, you can rearrange your troops before entering battle. You can only place troops on tiles with your team color. Tiles that are elevated high ground give bonus to offense and defense to both melee and ranged units. Ranged troops can target any enemy within their range, and within their deadly range, they will afflict double damage. There's no line of sight. The only limit is how far their weapons can reach. But note, you can increase their range by moving to high ground. On the top right corner, you can see the enemy troops, if you have enough scouting. They will be placed on the colored tiles in the right side of the battlefield. If you engage the enemy and then realize that the opposing army is too powerful, you can withdraw at no penalty. If the enemy engages you, there is no possibility to withdraw. Okay, so I have to withdraw basically immediately if I want to. The quick battle option also resolves the battle and presents the outcome to you. After the battle, you'll be presented with your result, victory or defeat. The troops lost in battle will be shown for each side, and if the two combatants are wielders, there's a chance of a spoils of war in the form of artifacts. If you are defeated, you lost all your troops, which means that your wielder is dead. A dead wielder can be revived at a cost, or for free after a given number of rounds at any of your towns or settlements. Man. It's weird, like, sitting here, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream. But now that I'm actually talking, like, I still have, like, a cough. Can I see their range? 4, range 7. That's 7 tiles. That's hard to see. That is the high ground there. I want to be able to get into Blender for like 3D modeling stuff. I've been using Fusion 360, which is nice to model like mechanical stuff, but if I want something a little bit more like natural or like, you know, that's a little bit harder to do in Fusion 360. Battle basics. In battle, your goal is to kill all enemy units. Your wielder, or the enemy wielder, is not present in the battlefield, but acts as a spellcaster from behind the lines. The order of battle follows the battle queue, which is based on each troop's initiative. You can only control a troop on the battlefield, on their battle turn. Use right mouse button to move and target enemy troops. Hovering an enemy troop with your cursor will provide an attack preview. Using left click on any troop will give you full display of the troop's information. What's going on, Doc? Whenever a troop gets a turn, the wielder will gain essence for spellcasting. The wielder also generates essence it might have gained from artifacts, specializations, skills, buildings, or research at the start of battle and for each new battle round. Yeah, it's been pretty chill today, thankfully. The spells button will indicate available spells you can currently cast. The quick bar will by default auto-populate with the top available spells for easy access in battle. How they work, I've heard they're interesting, but I've never tried them myself. Obstacles such as stakes, barrels, or other objects can be cleared by damaging them. High ground offers offensive and defensive bonuses to both melee and ranged units. Ranged troops can target any enemy within their range, however, within their deadly range, they'll inflict double damage. There's no line of sight, only limit of how far weapons can reach. Yes. Most troops have an attack of opportunity. If you move a troop into an enemy troop's melee range, their zone of control, and then try to move within, throughout, or leave. Okay, so it is throughout as well. The enemy troop will perform a free attack. Most troops also have abilities. During a turn, they can move and attack, or move and use an ability. Remember that using an ability will, in most cases, end the turn of that troop. So you can't use it and then move. Yeah, like I kind of get the concept. I've just never like actually tried them. You'll have to let me know how they work. Oh shit. Your wielders gain more essence, and more spells are now available to cast. If your wielder has enough essence, you can cast multiple spells on each of your troops' battle turns. Oh, I see. Each battle turn, your current troop gives your wielder essence to be used for spellcasting. Other essence sources, such as skills, artifacts, and research, will always add their essence at the start of the battle and for each new battle round. Quicken. Target friendly troop to get +5 initiative, +1 troop movement. Troops enter enemy's zone of control. If you move out of or are through, attack of opportunity. You fool, he stepped up. You don't have any sound bleeding. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You still hear normally as well, right? So you can still hear people talking to you. That's actually nice for safety reasons, being able to still hear, you know. Let's see, I lost 2 archers and 1 swordsman, and they lost 25 archers. Take back the gold mine. I'm out of movement. Okay. Over your ear canals are open. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. I wish I could hear them to see what it, like, if it sounds physically different, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want to know enough to buy some, though. Cecelia was no ordinary commissioner. She was a wielder and can draw upon the essence of her troops to weave mighty spells. The tickling vibrating the cheekbone, too, as you break them. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Soldiers are camped here. Their camping can be pillaged for gold, so they can be recruited. Recruit. Does it cost anything to recruit them? Group of trained soldiers are camped here awaiting orders. Hundreds of years ago, the Empire of Aurelia spanned the whole world. Statues of the Empress can still be found spread across Arleon, and many folk speak dreamingly of the golden years of Arleon. A MagSafe like charging board? That's pretty sick. Let me show you. I have for my phone and a whole bunch of other stuff. I gotta pull it up here. Where is it? Yeah. All right, I'm swapping to a browser which is in light mode, so watch your eyeballs. I have these guys. So it's 2 6-foot cables, a 3-foot cable, and a 1-foot cable, but they have all these different ends on them. So Lightning, USB-C, and micro, and they literally are magnetic. So you stick the little tiny end in like your phone or whatever, and then all these other ends. I have like one on my desk, one on my bed, one on my car, and one at my desk at home, one on my work desk, and one at home, and like the magnet just goes like pop and just clicks in. You'll never hear it through the microphone, but it clicks in, and then it's, you know, it does power. These ones don't do data. I used to have one that does data, but I don't really have a reason to hook data up to anything. So it's nice. And because it comes with so many ends, I actually ended up getting a second set for Christmas as well. So I can have extra cables, but like I have one on my phone, one on my iPad, one in each of my Vive controllers, one in each of my PS4 controllers, and so one on my Switch controller, and so all I have to do is just like click them in, and they charge everything for me. It's nice. It's actually really convenient. And the best part is that nobody can use your charger because it has the proprietary end on it. Yeah. Oop, that's it. It has a proprietary end on it, so like nobody can use the charger. They can't steal it from you, which is great. So like I have the one I leave on my desk, and you'd have to have the little end in it in order to charge. So nobody has the end, so nobody steals my charger from work, you know. It's pretty nice. +10 initiative, +1 troop movement for the next battle. Archer's Gambison. +4 defense, cheap and easy to produce. It offers basic protection for troops of low rank. Yeah, I mean, they were showing how well it holds the phone up to show how how strong the magnet is. You know what I mean? It's more like, you know, if you have to, it will hold it. But the thing is that it's pretty strong, just static like that. But a shock, like if your phone fell and it jerked it, it would break pretty easily. But yeah, a static force, it can hold up my phone or most phones. It's a little bit of a weird thing, but I guess it shows you that it doesn't just like let go of the phone, you know. Old battlefield. Walking this battlefield inspires caution. I don't think I want that. Erected barricades. A small force of armed peasants blocks the road west. You best be gone, young Stoutheart. Flint Hills are free lands now. Free. Free to be attacked by bandits and pillaged by other baronries? Who will protect you people? You? Why not? As you can see, we are quite well armed. I can see that, but I caution you to think carefully about your next actions. Put down your weapons, answer my questions, and I'll be merciful. Or stand unlawfully against me, and my sword will deliver justice. Now, who armed you? One of good intentions. I've seen Stoutheart mercy, when old Lord Hammond was decapitated by your father. Now turn back. It brings me no pleasure to turn my sword upon my subjects, but unlawful acts will not be tolerated. Stoutheart will stand. I want to be up top. Can I not climb up top here? Protection. The Shield of Essence will protect you. Target friendly troops get plus 10% defense. Oh, he's reloading? Do you have to do anything manual to reload it? They reload for turn, yeah, no. so they can't do anything. Pacify. Target enemy troops get negative 25% damage. They're mid to high tier, but so far they're good. Okay, I'll check them out after the stream. I'm curious, but I don't know if I'm curious enough to like spend money on a pair. You know what I mean? I'll have to see if they're anything crazy or not. But level up Wielder. Leveling up your Wielder is about skills and powers. You can choose to either upgrade a skill your Wielder already knows, learn a new skill, or increase the Wielder's ability to command their troops by unlocking more slots in their army. The new skills offered are determined by the class of your Wielder. Spellcasters are more often to be offered essence-related skills and battle-oriented Wielders. Some skills are also not available to be picked before you've reached a high enough level. At level 8, your Wielder will be able to choose their first power. From there on, the Wielder will be presented with a new power option at every 8th level. Powers are superior to skills and will be add a real advantage in both battle and building your kingdom. You're able to close the skill menu if you need to review things or don't feel ready to pick up a skill or power. You can always come back to your choices by clicking the level circle at the Wielder's portrait. Okay. Let's see. Choose a skill. Guard. Your troops gain 20% melee resistance. Positioning. Your troops gain 10% range resistance. Command. Unlocks the ability to bring 4 troops with you into your army. There's been a lot of range so far. I'm going to choose range resistance. Bannerless Knight. So it's down here. Oh, I can't go through this. Okay. Road sign. +1 movement. Alright, well. Knights at Flint Hills. As Cecilia's troops approached Flint Hills, a well-armed force of soldiers wearing no baronry colors come out to meet them. Knights, archers, you're no ordinary bandit force. I've always wanted to kill a Wielder. You won't be the first upstart tonight I've defeated. Oh, he's got a counterattack, doesn't he? Oh, I do too. Momentum. You just killed an enemy troop. All your troops will get a momentum bonus. Their offense and defense for a few rounds. Okay. Nice. This is kind of interesting. Reminds me a little bit of what's that one? Oh, God. A little bit of Fire Emblem, except not really. Farmhouse. A crowd of peasants, led by a village elder, come out to greet Cecelia as her force enters Flint Hills. I have defeated the rebels and restored Flint Hills to the protection of Stoutheart as my duty. Now, who among you will tell me what happened? Those knights and their soldiers appeared recently and armed all the local troublemakers. They seized our quarries and mines and started sending the shipments south towards Barkspur, where their patron waits. Had none of you stood against them? None of you sent word to the local warren or to Springhold? No, my lady, we feared for our lives. We sent a messenger to Hope's Glade to warn them and to ask for help, but the messenger never returned. Remember this moment next time you're made the offer of independence. I will always protect the Baronry from threats within and without. Join my forces and together we will restore order to this territory. We'll heed the call to arms of Stoutheart, as we did for your father before you. There are able-bodied recruits in the peasant hut. Upgrade drill. Oh, I had to pay for it. I see. The smith generally parts with her latest work, an archer's helmet. Simple steel helm, often used by the archers of Arlia, +4 defense. Okay. A tavern fills an army with energy and vigor, +5 movement for 2 turns, +3 stones. A small band of Cecelia's scouts stood waiting along the roadside. Lady Stoutheart, Corporal Greenwood, we've come from your warden, Vilja of Thorncliffe, as per your command. Your troops are concealed at the forest's edge. Corporal, this is not the forest's edge. These troops are camped within the Tenderwild. You may have disturbed the Fae. The Fae, my lady? Surely the Fae are only a myth. Superstitions are for country folk. Did my ancestors sign a covenant with the mythological creatures? The law of the leaves still stands, and we must make sacrifice or break the peace. Consider what we must forfeit to the forest belongs to atone for your error. Wait. Consider what we must forfeit to the forest beings to atone for your error. I await my judgment. My life is yours. Your death would serve no one. If I remember my history, there is an offering tree southwest of here. Join up, Corporal. I need all my troops, even the ones who make mistakes. Your loyal servants, Lady Stoutheart. Leaving a stone shows respect for the fallen. Okay, no available troop slots, so I have to take. spores from these strange mushrooms fill the army with berserker rage. Oh. Fey spirits, flying creatures of the tender wild, with bat-like wings, long claws, and sharp teeth, swooped and buzzed before the offering tree. They wore strange masks and screeched at Cecelia and her troops. Humans be gone. We wish to leave an offering for our trespass on the forest, as is stated in the ancient covenant between us. Stand aside, little spirits. I would do my duty. No humans. No never. Spirits do not trifle with me. I am Stoutheart, and by the agreements I seek to make amends. If you continue to impede my passage to the offering tree, I will draw arms and put you out of your misery. You are misery, misery. So be it. I wanted to get up here to have the high ground. What's going on, Zaka? How you doing, man? Wielder gains 50% increased experience. Yeah, I don't take that shit early. The circle uses any visiting wielder with power for the next battle. Okay, cool. Worn boots. +1 movement, +1 view radius. Oh yeah, that's on my list to watch. I think probably later tonight, actually. The offering tree was the most unusual tree Cecelia had ever seen. Her friend, Vilja of Thorncliff, had described them once, but it had not done them justice. The branches were smooth and glossy and seemed to be lit from within. The leaves tinkled like tiny bells in the breeze, and most uncommon, the tree gave off the aroma of a warm, spiced cider, like her mother would give her when she was small. Fae of the forest, for trespass upon your woods, we offer compensation. For these Fae spirits slain, I ask forgiveness. They could not be reasoned with. Let our peace be everlasting. I know I killed a bunch of your dudes, but you know, let me be clear. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I saw the tweet from what's his name saying that like they didn't do a typical mid-season finale kind of episode, but I mean that was a cliffhanger. I think it's getting good. I'm a little sad that it's not half Saul, half Jean, but not really, because I know it's still gonna be good, you know. I don't wanna dive too deep into it because I know there's people who haven't watched it yet who might watch it. Waterfall, +3 movement. Okay. If you triple right click, it jumps immediately to where you want to go. Old bones. Ah, give me the old bones, dude. +2 movement. Okay. Barian mercenaries. Guarding the road was a large force of mercenaries hailing from the merchant state of Baria. Turn back. The road is open for ore shipments from Flint Hills only. I see you are strangers to these lands, or you would know me as the lawful Baroness Stoutheart. I do not recall declaration of war from the Barian city-states. Therefore, you are thieves and trespassers. What other crimes shall I add to the list? We've committed no crimes. We are honorable mercenaries here on contract and merely following orders. I spit on your contract. You have my ore, therefore you are thieves. You will not return it. Tell me who hired you, and maybe I will ransom you back to your employers. We are not afraid to fight you, Stoutheart, but be warned. Our contract states that no one wearing Stoutheart colors are to be spared on the field of battle. Of course, if you turn around now, we can avoid this battle. Never. You shall be treated as thieves and trespassers, and my sword will deliver justice for breaking our laws. Then, unfortunately, we must battle. I watched episode 1 of Stranger Things season 4 today as well. I feel like if I advance, I'm going to get all 3 of them on top of me at once. Yeah. Oh shit. Is he dead? Oh no, that's not good. We lost some of our troops there. That's really not good. Negative refund. Burnt building. No survivors remain, but sifting through the ashes, some resources are found. Hope's Glade. Cecilia's troops searched among the remains of Hope's Glade, looking for survivors. The townsfolk had clearly put up a fight, and for that, they had suffered. From the rubble, they even heard a moan as they uncovered a badly injured militiaman. Wounded militiaman. Lady Stoutheart. We held as long as we could. We had to retreat. They were too strong. Who did this? Barians? A troop of Barian mercenaries marched towards Barkspur, but it were knights that attacked us, men of Arleon, setting fire to our homes, taking no surrender. All we could do was flee to the hills north of here. The wounded man tries to speak, then fell limp. His eyes glazed over as the last sliver of strength left his body. His essence is in the wind, but Stoutheart still stands. Come, there are survivors here yet. Let's search the hills before we journey south to Barkspur. It's time to put an end to this. No survivors. Oh, it's really cool that it shows visited, although I guess I missed those two. Super useful. Cozy Tavern. As they reached the top of the hill, they found a sturdy tavern and the soot-colored injured and scared survivors of Hope's Glade. From among them, a minstrel stood and greeted Cecelia. Can you imagine? Like, you are trying to find survivors and a fucking, like, bard pops out and starts singing? Like, fuck off, dude. Hail, do my eyes deceive? The Baroness of Stoutheart to great reprieve. If you mean to avenge these foul knights, then we brave souls would join your fights. This should have been fights. And with your aid, Stoutheart will stand, returning peace and order to the land. Look for survivors, yes. Oh, yes. I have to pay monies. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough in your ear. God. Gazing across the lake, Cecelia showed the settlement of Barkspur. It was clearly occupied by another force of Barian mercenaries, this one led by a wielder. She readied her soldiers for the final battle to retake this region. Defeat the enemy wielder. Oh. Nimander Breeze. Holy shit, they got a lot more people than me. Did you enjoyed Obi-Wan, Wazaka? The Jig of Jugs. So what can this person do? Are they offensive? You can't attack this troop. Well, I don't want to. +5 defense to friendly. Okay, I could do that. You thought it was okay? All right. Didn't kill him. We're not gonna beat this. We're gonna die. Well, good luck, buddy. What was that? Oh shit, I'm over here. I keep looking over here for my power-ups. What do I have? Swap. All friendly troops. Target enemy troop gets range. Earth block. Chaos step. Barely. God. You haven't seen the second episode yet? That's fair. It's like I said, I'm gonna be probably watching that later tonight for the podcast tomorrow. After the battle, a beaten Nimander Breeze is brought before Cecelia. That's the name of the dude, right? Wielder. We appeal to your honor and beg that we may negotiate a surrender. I am Nimander Breeze of the Quartz Battalion, and a stranger to these parts. I concede the field and will withdraw my forces. You are indeed a stranger, Baron, or you would know by my colors that I am Cecelia Stoutheart. What is your weapon that armed these bandits who caused the uprising at my mines? There was a misunderstanding, my lady. We were led to believe by our employer that they had a lawful claim to these lands. When we realized our betrayal, we had already signed the contract. By the mercenary code, we could not withdraw our services. Reveal to me your employer and their plans. If I am satisfied with your answer, I will spare you, but every Baryon in your company must leave my lands immediately. It was Lady Hammond that hired us. The Topaz Battalion is sent to recover Ashbourne. We are grateful for your mercy, Lady Stoutheart. May this deal bring good fortune to each party. What deal? Oh, that I don't kill you? The information is adequate. I will spare your life and instead send you to prison in Castle Everkeep, where you may contemplate that honor might be worth more than gold. Corporal, this is your chance to redeem yourself for the error in Tenderwild. Take 2 squads and transport Captain Nimander Breeze to Everkeep until we can arrange for his ransom. You can depend on me, Lady Stoutheart. Victory. With Barkspur restored to the Stoutheart rule of law, Cecelia gathered her troops and once more set out to pursue the Topaz Battalion and prevent the occupation of Ashbourne. For this, she would need the aid of Vilja of Thorncliffe, Warden of Stoutheart, and Cecilia's longtime friend. Ah, a little movie.
With grim conviction rose Cecelia of Stoutheart.
And music.
To crush rebellions and push back another upstart. Lady Hammond claimed her settlements. Settle it. We begin.
That was the song of that conquest, I guess. That's the title of the game. The game is named, I guess. With a tragedy at Hope's Glade fresh in her mind, Cecelia Stoutheart set off in swift pursuit of Byron mercenaries hired by Lady Hammond. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab a drink, and I will be right back. These interaction reminder things get weird, so I know you guys are smart people. You do what you want. I'll catch you later.